Greetings everyone, here's Ludwig again, and this is the game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against KilRoy. This is a match on the game version 27, scenario 1. Allies have working torpedoes at the start of the war, but no other modifications. These last days are a little less active. I still try to regroup my forces on Java and bring them to the next location where I can maybe take some more allied bases before the invasion bonus is over end of this month. My submarine find here enemy cruiser formation but had no chance to attack but get hit. Luckily sourced of Sydney I can intercept a cargo ship and it's sinking. And there's also an enemy submarine still in port of Batavia attacking my sub-chasers. I'm not so sure if this is still the small, it doesn't matter. So even with the modifications, this kind of depth charters are all not creating too much damage. So the big battleships are back now, this time in Nomaya, bombarding my troops, but missing maybe more or less everything. And I land my forces north of Kandari. It's simply faster compared to walking up without a street. I lose here some units with the landings, but no, that is fine. I also take on this coastal battery. This is this new map. I think the allies, they have here a coastal battery already pre-installed. So a little more tough to take this hex. But it's an important link between Rabaul and Port Moresby. So I like to control it. And after many days waiting, I can finally intercepted 2 ships. Looks like an AP and a cargo ship. This is west of India, more or less from Bombay down to Ceylon. So AP, AK with some troops on board. That is always nice. So the allies, in this case KilRoy, detected my carriers, or at least one carrier, and I bombard the ships in port. And there are PT boats going down directly, but also a lot of other equipment damage, burning. It's simply not possible to really defend this base, I think, for KilRoy. And it cost him a lot of ships, airframes, and maybe even troops. no fighters left on duty. So I'm not sure if KilRoy have even intact airframes ready for cap duty now. My recon airplanes can only tell me if there's an airframe, but not if this airframe is now damaged, under maintenance, or ready for duty. And more aero, still some I-16s. Okay. I-16s and Oscars, they are both normally low altitude fighters. And I fight over enemy territory, so I'm not so sure if this will achieve too much for me, but I won't simply take away enemy airframes in China, because there's not really much reinforcements for the Chinese so early on. Good, the two last Dutch units surrendering, so Java is now really a peaceful island, united. And I can fully focus for the next steps. I also catch here two Chinese corps. They are retreating. Not much left. Bombardment and Aichang. And the next attempt to storm Wenchao, or normally I control the base, but I won't kick out the Chinese, because the Chinese blockading my heavy industry here. And it looks like it's not working. It's really too tough with this terrain. And the whole land war rules in this game, especially with this terrain, I think is the weakest part of this game. I don't really like it. I think it's too simple and too much in favor for the defender, or at least there's normally, I don't know. I think it's the weakest point of the game, at least. Good. Base fall. Units kicked out. This India brigade is not holding. Today I can achieve victory, kick them out. They're also retreating back. My tanks catching up and cleaning more Chinese units off the map. Or at least equipment of the units. And Cebu still won't hold. I can take down the enemy fort level, and now I think the Americans are on the last leg, so maybe one or two more strikes and it's over. And Australian forces also arrive here back in Port Moresby. They're coming down from the jungle, but I have here some Navy Guard units on guard duty and simply force Australian back into the jungle. So. Medan. One Navy Guard unit was not strong enough, but I still can take on the... Well, I destroy the fort. At least something. Port Blair, I also can take the fort, but I cannot... this is maybe more or less the battle of the engineers. Maybe... If there's anyone with a gun, I'm not so sure. Also bombardment in Nanchang. Often not in favor, but still I can simply supply my units and get all these disabled units back relatively fast. So I don't really lose something, I only lose supplies, and the Chinese losing maybe more supplies, or at least I can resupply my units simply much better than the Chinese. So it's for me still a win. So, most important news in this battle was maybe that Java is now really finished. Some air war, and little in favor for me. I lost a 0 by ops losses. KilRoy lost 2 more fighters in China, I-16s, and other equipment. So I not even lost a pilot. Ship sunk today was a lot of PT boats, plus I intercept here at the west coast of India some a little bigger AP. I think it's a good AP. Nothing too big, but a better one. And some other British cargo ships. So that was also successful. And smaller engagements here where I can achieve tactical victories. And I also took maybe Xining, and industry is more or less undamaged. So again, this is for me in favor. Yes. I maybe need a Navy Guard unit here in Port Blair to help out. We'll see. My carriers are also near to Ceylon, in range, but I don't make an attack on these corvettes. And my ships was here lurking for an enemy. But I also see that here is at least one enemy carrier and battleships, so I'm not so sure if I really want to take this on or if I maybe try to avoid this. It's simply one enemy torpedo hit will cripple my ship, and I must pass Ceylon still. This is a little dangerous, and if I have my carriers nearby, I maybe can simply try to use my air power to sink enemy ships, not go in the navy engagement. But we will see tomorrow if there is a night battle or something like this. So Port Moresby, I defended successfully against the Australian forces, but they are already, I think, low on out of supply, so they're not really more capable to fight. New Caledonia is still completely out of supplies, and yeah, I need to get my carriers normally back in position. They are now... Where's my carriers now? I must maybe check. Where's my carriers? I don't know more. My carriers are still at Truk. Ah, okay. So I have my carriers in Truk. Repairing, refreshing. Submarines here under repair. Yeah. So I had to come back here, refuel, rearm here supplies and fuel, and here I can always refresh my air wings. And now it's maybe time to departure to Rabaul and then send the supply convoy to New Caledonia. Yeah. And I also need supplies here in the Marshall Islands. So I need everywhere supplies, but I still must make sure that I don't run in enemy carriers and losing my cargo ships by too aggressive fast movement. And here is an enemy coastal battery or something like this. It's really only some guns. So I sent in Navy Guard units, and then I can maybe take them out and build here my own forward base. Simply, this is the shipping between Rabaul and Port Moresby will normally always cross here, so have here a scout base is in favor for me. Good, then see you next time. Take care, bye bye.